All right, you're live. Oh, no one's here. I don't know where everybody is, man. Some nights it's like popping in the club, and the other nights are like, oh, I know, man. I have to try it out though. That thumbnail might not attract, all groups of palm lovers. I will use it one time though. Yeah, so I'll tell you about Zach while we're here, kind of alone. I'll tell you that story. So I was driving on one of these side streets here. Well, I'm gonna go forward here. This guy plays basketball every single day. I hope he gets the NBA. Anyway, so I was coming to like I'll show you. Basically, I was driving on a road where I had the right of way, and there was a stop sign. The guy blew it, doing like 50. I had to slam my brakes and not hit him, and then I proceeded to follow him throughout the city until he finally jumped over to Fort Myers, where they got him or whatever. Anyway, it was like Ashley was with me. If I was going a few miles an hour faster, I just picked her up 30 seconds, or 10 seconds earlier, it would have been like. There aren't any hats. I mean, I have ordered the shirts though. Let's hope I get to. I would like to do that. Wonder where everybody is. I'm going to Venice, so it's going to be a long trip. Well, don't like it how that thing is in the way. It's not that big of a deal. It's been kind of cool all day. Nothing but green lights. Wow. I wonder if there's. It's weird that. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Eric KCA. I think you would too. I'm gonna try a slightly different route here. One that I feel might be better suited. We'll see what happens. Here we go, green and green. Come on, let's go, people. Put that foot on the gas pedal. Okay, no problem, Zach. Oh, yeah. All the awesome construction. Hey, 2 people now. Yes. 3's a crowd. Let's keep it rolling. All this construction makes me want to. What does that say? FX score from California? What does that mean? Okay, cool. Thanks. I should have posted it on my personal page as well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey, what's going on, man? So let me ask you guys, because Bobby and Zach, your opinion, Zach being a moderator, Bobby, I value your opinion a lot, in many things, motorcycles and other stuff. Did you not know about the Palm Father? What would you guys think if I were to change my name on YouTube to the Palm Father? Would it be a little bit too gaudy, like Italian? Do you like it? Dude, BL, who posts on here, I already ordered shirts. Have you not see my Facebook page? I mean, I don't know how much you go on Facebook, but you guys like that? All right, Zach, what do you think about that? I see. I don't think the problem is I need it simple and catchy, and I think it was just so good. You want a shirt? Okay, I ordered. Just let me know what size you are. They're gonna be black. I only special ordered one green shirt for Dan because he asked for it, but I think it looks better in black because Godfather obviously is black on white. Medium? Okay. I ordered some mediums because I didn't know. I'm an XL. I was a 2XL, but Palmtology. I don't think that's gonna work out well for a lot of people. But I might. I'm gonna give it a little think there. I'm gonna get a few more votes, in that direction. I thought people might like it. The Palm Fiend is good, but I think the Palm Father is just better. I get a lot of I figured it was a little catchier than the Palm Fiend. It sounds like a little bit of like a drug addict or something. I mean, the idea is that you're addicted to palms, but I might have to do a little more, like eat a little more pasta and braciole, and PRA the Palm Father. Make you an offer you can't refuse. Yeah, you can't. It takes a little bit of time before you can change names. I think I can change my name. I think it's like once every 6 months. And I changed this, a year ago at least, so I should be okay. Not entirely sure, but I'm just going on. So yeah, those of you just tuning in, I had a near-death experience today. Ashley and I were driving to the grocery store, and at a place like this where I would have had the right of way, and the guy coming in, coming from the left-hand side was doing 50, and I had to slam on the brakes. I then proceeded to follow him with the police on the phone, giving them. They asked me to do it, and they're like, "Have you done this before?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "It sounds like you're a cop." I'm like, "No, I'm not a cop. I'm just giving you I'd be heading south on Southeast 43rd, heading towards Del Prado Boulevard and this and that." And I was like, the guy ended up heading into Fort Myers, and he was just, I got his license plate, and he was driving out of a neighborhood very close to my house, so I'm gonna see if he lives there. I'm just gonna drive by, but the guy basically, if he had hit me, I would have gotten T-bone on my end. Probably gone to the hospital or worse. It was a Mazda 6, but still, you're going 50 miles an hour. It doesn't matter really what you're in, unless you're in a tractor trailer. But I brought some snacks with me this time, so I wouldn't be hungry. 50 miles an hour in a 25. Blowing a stop sign doing 50. He was accelerating through the intersection. That's how bad it was. And then he almost hit another guy when he went through another light. No rain today. Just it was cloudy basically the entire day. It was nice. It's only 77 degrees out. So yeah, there was a chance of rain. There's a better chance tomorrow, really, I think. But yesterday we got rain. We had a lot of rain on Friday. Yeah. Oh, how fast were they allowing me to go? They weren't around until they pulled the guy over. So I was telling them that I was doing 55 and a 45, and I was like, yeah, he's going 65. I'm not going to, pursue that. But then he would get caught at a red light. I'd be right behind him. He tried to go into a bank parking lot and lose me, but trust me, you aren't losing me even in this truck. I wish I was live when it happened. I mean, in retrospect, obviously, I wish it never happened, but I wish it were to, it was something to definitely. Another guy was like trying to tell me that the guy almost hit him as well, and he was really erratic. It looked like he was kind of like on drugs or something. So. I've had really bad luck with driving in Florida these days. The past week, past 10 days, the guy checking me wasn't that big of a deal, but the guy doing 100 and something miles an hour on the grass around me was sketchy, and then this. Plus countless other ridiculous things, but. Yeah, but trust me, I'm still, I'm still thinking about it. Thought that was a Porsche Cayenne for sale. I would get a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, but I wouldn't get a regular one because that's boring. It just isn't fast enough. 5 bikes. You having friends over? This road here used to be just 2 lanes. Wife is pissed. Oh, you bought 2 over? Oh, yeah, I saw those posts. Yeah, man, you can if you want. 1 tomorrow. Well, it all comes down to if you're, putting in the hard work and everything, she can only be so mad. This used to be like just a 2-lane road. Now it's got these overpasses. It's nice. The fact that it used to be kind of sketchy here, because especially on motorcycles, because you had a lot of people just pulling onto 45, 55 mile an hour traffic. I almost bought a house in this area in 2010. I could have bought a house in this area, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Built. It had Chinese drywall, so it would have had to eventually been gutted. But $44,500, 1,500 square feet. It might have been 3-bed, 1-bed. Either 2 and 2 or 3 and 1. And I didn't do it because Chinese drywall, it's impossible to get insurance for. But if you had the cash, it was there, and it wasn't like it was a decent, it was a nice little house. Other than the Chinese drywall, drywall can be, blasted through and redone. You can tell, I don't know if you guys ever experienced Chinese drywall, but basically it causes like black mold in the sinks. Yeah, man, you can do that. In retrospect, honestly, I don't think I could do these drives without you guys. It's so fucking boring without it. Even if it's just one person, I don't mind. You can kind of ride side by sides in ATVs here. I had an interesting experience today where I had someone message me asking me if some of these plants were a good buy, and then I had the person who was selling the plants asking me if it was a good trade to get the plants. They were trading each other, but both people got a hold of me separately to ask if they thought it was a good trade or a good purchase or whatever it was going to be, or if they were the real deal, and all that stuff. I told the second person that it was hard for me to kind of give a gauge because I'd already talked to the first. So I kind of just wanted the person to be like, oh, okay. And then I didn't really, as much as I want to like help people out, I don't want to give out like all this free advice about what, rare plants are worth, without. And I want it's my time, it's my professional time. Weird thing on the right, I don't know. did it look like? You talking about the vehicle that you saw back there? Oh, it's probably just a little radio tower. I'm not entirely sure. Really, what's going on, Bobby? Okay. So there's actually some palm competition up there in Atlanta, huh? Interesting. Did you tell him that you were backed by the Palm Father? Maybe he would back away from that. Maybe he would understand. Yeah. I'd like to do a summer PRA where we were to get, we would meet up somewhere in like Georgia or Tennessee or South Carolina. Maybe even like Palm Father. I can't change it right now, but I'm getting the feeling that might be the best way to go. Yeah. Tell my sister that I'm coming to pick up some money, and she does. I gotta pull over for this. I'm not gonna. Sounds good, Zach. Yeah, so Washingtonians will do all right in like warmer parts of Atlanta then? I mean, like they'll make it through the winter? I'm actually surprised they made it, to be honest. Because they usually are not easy palms to cover, especially when taller. I gotta pull over and message my sister here real quick. Yeah, I don't think Flipper would do so well in Atlanta, considering. Alright, let's just pull to the side here. Yeah, it's a little too flat for northern Mississippi, isn't it? Well, maybe by the river it's not. my sister was like, I'll just mail you the check. I'm like, you know, I think you're just gonna give it to me. Yeah, it's definitely flat everywhere within like a 60-mile radius of here. The closest topographic change in my part of Florida is if you drive on Route 70. Lake Placid is kind of the last area that has any sort of hill to it. And we go up a little bit. Once you get north of Tampa, it starts getting hilly. You get into Polk County, it gets hilly. In Highlands County is the last county with any highlands to it. That's why it's called Highlands. That's weird. I imagine there's a few areas that are a couple feet below sea level. But the rest, you know, like all the lake areas, they're really cool. 1 foot, yeah. But still, I mean, those things are pretty precise, so I'm surprised. Well, it sounds like you need to calibrate that GPS. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Hey Chris, so let me ask your opinion. What would you think if I changed my name to the Palm Father on YouTube? Do you think that's a good idea? I'm going up to see my mom and my sister. Yeah, that sounds about right for Memphis. Memphis is probably like 175 feet or so. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that like regular watchers of the channel, you know, would. Yeah, I think it is a good theme. The Palm Fiend is kind of like, it's nice, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Palm Thugs. I just don't want to, people to be like, no, you know, it's too Godfather-ish. And the thing is, if I were like Italian and wore chains and like had a really hairy chest, you know, it might work a little bit better, but I'm Irish and I'm basically an albino. Which I'm okay with, but it's a little hard in Florida. Well, this neighborhood here, this neighborhood's been going on for as long as I can remember on the left-hand side. It used to be keep out, it's a felony, you know, trespassing is a felony. Now it's like, oh, we have this nice... someone posted, there's already a thread about my vlogs on Palm Talk, but I should post stuff on there. The thing is that this is the problem. Some of the people that are like really big in the palm business may not like the fact that I'm doing this, and I don't really care, but I just don't want it to be bad business for my business. Okay, sounds good, Zach. Like, someone like Jeff Searle might feel like, well, he's the Palm Father because he has a greater, you know, he has a great collection. He's been doing it as long as I've been alive, and I have a lot of respect for the guy. Yeah. You're saying Ken's videos he's saying Ken's doing all right, or? Oh, yeah. You're right. I like the way, you know, at first I thought he was a little bit annoying, then I realized this guy just... Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, that's fine, Zach. Yeah, and, you know, there are things that I've learned and things that I've tried, and there's secrets that people have taught me, and there's things that I've kind of figured out by accident, really. And that's how you learn, is like trial and error. Whoa, I almost swerved out. Pass. I already had a near-death experience today. I don't need another one. But, you know, like Jeff Searle, really is he, I mean, he has that palm vlog, or plant vlog, because he does Croton's too. Yes, yeah, Zach, yes to that. So, guys, I don't think there's really anyone else that really have a problem with it. I respect Jeff. He has a lot of palm knowledge, and he's handled more stuff than me. He's gone to more places than me. And his collection, I mean, I don't even have I have palms that I keep around, and then I sell them. But the problem is that like my collection was once in a place and now it's gone, and it's just so hard to see that go. It's like I can't do it again unless I know I'm not going to have to leave a place again. Oh, I don't care about Tai Tai. Tai Tai they're a bunch of con artists, if you ask me. Yeah, overpriced and misrepresented. It's just, it's all about like sales tactics, and I think when you get to say, like, you're never gonna see me be like, check out this palm, it'll take 15 Fahrenheit. I got fresh seeds and they're only $3 each. Like, the minute I do that, I might as well go sell used cars. I don't know why those people don't just go sell used cars, because that's what they're acting like, a used car salesman. There's more money in that. There's not a lot of money there's money in plants, but not like car money. Hey Dylan, I'm headed to what's it called, to see my mom and my sister. Just real quick. Yeah, Chris, my sister does own her house. She's had it for about 4.5 years. Yeah, I know, and I don't even know if they're still in business. I mean, I think that they might be, but I heard that they went out of business, so I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm going up there, and I gave myself an ace in the hole. So if I'm coming back too late, I told Ashley, I gave her my credit card. I'm like, if I want some food, you can order it before I get home. But one thing I'll never do to you guys, I'll never like misrepresent anything, like including my own self. Like, I gave you guys my whole life story, and there's nothing. I could have just not mentioned that I played poker for a while. I mean, poker, it was a rough, it was a lot of fun, but it was really hard to be really fun. It's not like I became. Oh yeah, Dylan. I'm glad that I'm not glad that you can relate. I'm glad that I am a human being. I'm not just someone that's just gonna be like, hi, here I am, and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is, everything's fine, because no one's life is perfect. Most people's lives are far from perfect. Everyone has, and I figure that's like something that someone can, relate to. And I found that my favorite vloggers are very candid about their lives, or at least as much as they can be, considering how well known they are. Like one guy that I watch, one of the vloggers I watch the most is Serpent ZA or Serpent ZA, and he does vlogs in China and India and other parts of Southeast Asia. And he's been open about, he's gotten death threats, from like, it's a long story, but he's very open about like his life in South Africa, where he's from and stuff. It's pretty cool. And he also rides a motor. He does a lot. They do a motorcycle journey. You might like it. Yeah, man, you're a good vlogger. You just give it some personality. Like, all the information is great, and you articulate well. You have the gift of graphic artistry, as does Brandon. Oh, you have iron deficiency? Yeah, that sucks, man. Oh, yeah, because you don't know if, like, a lot of times when I get anxious, like, my blood pressure rises, and so it's like a downward spiral where, like, I'll go to the doctor and I'll get, there's a name for it. It's called white coat hypertension. go get my blood pressure taken, and it's like 170 over 90. And then I'm like, I even tell them, like, listen, like it's going to be, although I never had it before, I didn't. Okay, no problem, Bobby. And then I'll take it like 10 more times and it calms down to like a normal rate. I mean, given I'm not like, the most fit person in the world. 40 miles an hour. This is where I got pulled over back in 2010 coming back from my nursery, right here. Like literally right here. Okay, that's interesting. Dylan Ashley actually has that problem, but I don't think she even realizes it. I'll see her going to sleep and she's just like shaking her leg. I know someone that takes medication for that as well. It's not another person. It's hard. It's hard when you're restless. You start getting tired. If you don't sleep, then your anxiety goes up, and then you're tired. You think, okay, drink caffeine. Anxiety goes up. It's like I'm just guessing you're a tall dude. I don't know why someone would do that to you, even as a joke. Sometimes I feel like I have some deficiency because like when I get anxiety, like I can feel like the pressure in my neck, and it makes me feel dizzy, and that's where that hypersensitivity to like altitude and other things go to. Like I don't like going above the third floor in a building. So. Although I've been up on the windows of the world up at the Twin Towers back, when I was young. They were still around. Yeah, Chris, I've noticed that a lot. Like I don't know if you guys saw, but yesterday I ordered a salad from Culver's. It's actually pretty good. I mean, the chicken was dry. Like it wasn't like a salad you ordered at like a regular restaurant, but otherwise you could tell it was like they made it for me. It wasn't like packaged. Got to see what crumbled today. But eating that versus say like today I was dumb and I ate like Publix has this, you can have like little lunch specials where they have like food in two sides. So I got chicken tenders, which is just like, I mean, they don't deep fry them, but it's like a breaded chicken tenders baked with like mac and cheese and sweet potato fries, and then I to add a little flavor to the chicken tenders, which are kind of bland. Publix likes making some bland food which you can spice up. I added some of my favorite barbecue sauce, and that's full of sodium, and like that's not going to make your eating a high sodium meal is going to make you feel like thirsty and kind of like just a little bit off. Eat fresh fruit. Like I talked to a couple doctors about it. They're like, listen, if you can find it in the woods and stuff, you can gather it or you can grow it, eat it. Or you can hunt and gathering food, but like other food is not good. Like he's like, I don't eat any pasta. It's like I'll eat potatoes, but I won't eat pasta. It's like different type of carb or that. No bleached or enriched flour. Really no flour, period. I mean, it's obviously I'm going to eat pasta sometimes, but in general, it's just a good idea not to. Because I mean, pasta's cheap and easy, so yeah, man. I guess you weren't alive when they went down. I know it is really hard to eat like that. Exactly, Dylan. The days that I work more, I find my anxiety is like almost non-existent. So I find even just kind of like keeping yourself busy doing stuff like I sit on the computer and I will do a lot of like, I do a lot of discussion. Facebook, a lot of my sales are international. So like when I get home, I might get some messages from like Europe, like saying, do you have these seats left over and this and that. But, oh, and Chris, I wanted to talk to you further about that thing we were going to do. I don't want you to feel like maybe I could send you some things, and then when you have if you get a hold of something, maybe you could send it back to me. I don't need to get it right now. I just wanted to tell you that save a long ass text. So I don't want you to feel like I wouldn't be willing to give you something for nothing at the moment. I have a lot of what I do in the business is trade, especially internationally, because a lot of the stuff is like, when I buy things, I can only pay for it basically through PayPal, and they, the PayPal fees are brutal. But I will have Phoenix, like, if I pay for a seed, like where I have a lot of money into it, most of the time I have to get some money out of it. When I trade for it, I can retrade other stuff, sort of thing. And I don't like to trade things like 5 times over because the seed starts going bad. But I'm not gonna let seed like not be fresh and not try and at least like trade with some people for some stuff. Like that's just stupid. That's just being stubborn. Like I have 75 Liquala Cordata seed. I paid $4 a piece for them, and I don't think I've sold this. I think I might have sold like 5. And I feel bad charging like $6-7 for them. It's a split leaf variety. It's not the original variety, and no one wants a split leaf variety. That's why when I did a partial trade with my friend. But oh really? What kind of floor do you have there, Dylan? Sorry, I haven't been watching that. Yeah, I still have Bailiana. I can trade with you, Chris. Yeah, I don't think it's ever a time that, even if he was talking about something that didn't even make sense, like, it's not really a laughing moment. I think it was easy to laugh at George W. Bush, like, when he was president. But in retrospect, like, I think a lot of people have, like, come to appreciate him, no matter what side of, the political spectrum you're on. I may sound a little too idealistic, but I think there's a way to discuss politics without having to actually be partisan about it. Okay. So the tiles is shot, I guess? Or wood? It said buckling, so that sounds like wood. Tile doesn't really buckle. I mean, it can. Yeah, I know. Nice. Oh, you were in Sarasota today. The best thing about adding these is like it's easy to take them off without really like hurting the plant. You don't have to cut anything. Throw them in the back of the truck. I know, man. I'm good. I have a neighbor. I got 3 neighbors that would offer me their seed, and I guess I never really try to sell it, but most people, like people who are buying seed from maybe it's worth trying out. Maybe I just should do it. I guess the hardest part is like cleaning it and sorting it out, and like that time involved versus like getting like $25 for 1,000 seed, like on my end. So. I thought about like another like thumbnail, like Palm Fellas, like instead of Goodfellas, a picture of me with a few other people. Yeah, Sable Palmetto, like it's for sale on some sites. You can buy it, I see people even trying to get like 50 cents a seed, like 10 seed for $5, but it's just one of those things where it can be like very valuable to one person and basically worthless. Like I probably could sell palmetto seed for like $12 a thousand. Like there's a certain level of seed that like really just I can't sell well because either it's too heavy to this guy perpetually having his brakes on. It doesn't sell well because it's either too heavy to ship, like foxtail seed. I could sell it if it wasn't so heavy, but shipping it around just doubles the price of it. So people don't want it. I could probably get like 20 cents a seed, but then especially by shipping it overseas, like to Europe, I can only get like 200 seed in a package that costs like $65 to ship. Meeting adjourned. I gotta be a little careful. Like I wanted to do like Palm Talk, but Palm Talk is kind of already taken by the International Palm Society. I did some other vlogs too about insect issues and nutrient deficiencies. I don't know if I did nutrient deficiencies today. I can't remember. Palm Chat, yeah. But the International Palm Society forum, it is kind of, I don't want to say it's obsolete, but it's becoming. But people don't go there as much because there's so much information on other sites. In fact, the person that moderates the International Palm Society owns Palmpedia.net, which in my opinion has more direct information for plants. We could do that. Oh, nice. That's not a bad idea, Chris. Because all the fibrous outer. Never really thought about that. But yeah, that's a great idea. This might sound bad, but I wish there was a Whole Foods near me. The closest one is in Naples. I'm not driving there to get food. Tropichat. Oh, damn. Pollo Tropical sent me a coupon for $3.99 Tropichat today only. And I can't do anything about it because I'm not going to get back in time. Maybe I can send it to... Ashley's not going to go to Pollo for me. I'm not going to make it home in time. That's all right. I can live without a Tropichat. It's basically half... Well, it's like $3 off. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about it. I don't even want one. Tropic Crackers. I'll tell you a story. You guys know the Pollo that I go to in Cape Coral. There's only one. It's right there in the Northeast Cape at the corner of Pine Island Road and Del Prado. It's like, the biggest intersection essentially besides Del Prado and Veterans or Cape Coral Parkway. And back in the late 2000s, right after I left Miami and kind of knew about Pollo, I would actually go there. I would drive out of my way to go there when I was in the area. Oh, cool. And when I would go there, I get food, and the food was definitely not up to par to like Miami standards. And I could tell like everybody that worked in there was a gringo. So I was like, all right, they just don't know how to make the food, and it just kind of was like dry and nasty. It wasn't seasoned correctly. So then it actually closed down for a few years during the bad economy. And I guess someone bought the franchise out like around 2013. And then the first time I went there again was probably in 15 when I started dating Ashley. And it was pretty good. And obviously, having Cubans or whatever take it over definitely did it some good. So, all right, I'm out of this one soda. Time to hit the Diet Cokes. I watched a video. Do you guys know who Doug DeMuro is? He does reviews on cars. He released a video on the Supra, the new Toyota Supra, yesterday or today. I forget. Anyways, I watched it and kind of shocked that it's got a BMW. It's got the BMW Z4 engine in it that's been detuned. It only comes in automatic, and it's only two-seater, and it's 50 grand. And I don't know. I just think there's a lot more you can get for 50 grand. Like, you can get a Mustang GT with like 150 more horsepower for 50 grand, I'm pretty sure. The old Supras are awesome and they're collectible, but these will never be collectible. Zach, I don't know if have you seen my old videos on Facebook? Look at my really old videos from like the 2000s on Facebook. It doesn't have that as a target, but yeah, check them out when you get a chance. Just check out videos, and it's probably, I think it's the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube, not YouTube, to Facebook. Yeah, check that out, Zach. It's not a very long video. It's like 30, 40 seconds. It's not like, nice day out. I mean, the fact that I had to haul a whole playground chopped up to the curb for another pickup. God, what a mess. Now that's a car I would buy right in front of me, the 370Z. I mean, I would get a GTR if I could afford it, but 370's within striking distance. Easily modifiable, rear-wheel drive, aerodynamic, sleek. That one looks a little. I mean, I would take this. Actually, I'd take a G35, honestly, or G37. I like those older ones. Those things handle really well at high speeds. I was doing 130 miles an hour in a G35 once, and it wasn't even shaking. Yeah, the 370. I YOLO'd it before I bought the Honda, the Ridgeline. Because the 370Z run, one in like, not like the Nismo version, but I get the Sport or whatever it is. They're like 38, 39 grand, and you can get one used, like a couple years old, for like 30. I thought about getting one, but I was like, I can't do anything palm-wise with it. I'd just be enjoying it. I can't put anything in the, I can't have any passengers. Then I thought about getting one as a second vehicle. I just wanted that 3.5 or 3.7 liter 6 engine in the, I ended up getting the Altima. one thing that sucks is because the Altima got into a car accident. It was I didn't do it. Alan, you guys probably seen him on a vlog. He got into an accident. My insurance is now going to be $65 more a month for 3 years. So, but they're doing the right thing and they're paying the difference. It just kind of sucks. That's all. I want to be a little. I want to be. Oh, no, you're not going to turn. I'm not going to. Okay. I'm going to be a little cheeky here and just pass this guy. Get around. There's no way a 20-year-old F-150 is going to outrun me. Even a Lightning. Oh. Alright, Zach, I'll link them to you. What is that music? No promises. Off the line. This thing has got, for a V6, it's got pretty sick torque off the line. I think it's got like 290. Let's go, come on. Oh God. Someone save me from Northport. I can hear that when you hear loose asphalt kicking up in your car, it's like, that's gonna take a while to scrub out. Now this lane there's dust everywhere. What's going on? Why is it so busy in Northport? It's almost 9 o'clock at night. Does anyone here have a family to go home to? No crazy drivers yet. Well, no, today, Dylan. Yeah. They should just widen it to like 12 lanes and just get it over with. But yeah, no, I almost got hit by a guy who ran a stop sign. I mean, I followed him for all the way through Cape Coral with the police on the phone. I got his license plate, and he lives pretty close by, so I want to see. I'm not going to, like, do anything, illegal. I just want to know if he lives there. I don't forget things like that. When I had Ashley in the car. If the guy had T-boned me, like, definitely would have been going to the hospital. And I almost decided to go live too. That was the interesting part. So, oh yeah, there we go. The full-on Texan drive and the Avalanche, the old Northport special. One thing that makes me nervous is if I go into a town and there's a lot of people wandering around like at this time of night, and it's not a large city like New York City where walking is considered normal. If you go to Immokalee, which is east of Naples, it is like at nighttime there's always people wandering. I mean, they're usually up to 370 convertible. Nice. Is that the same vehicle? I could have sworn it was not a convertible. Yeah, it's a different vehicle, I think. I haven't been paying attention to that vehicle, so I don't know for sure. Oh, see it? Take it. It's so nimble. Hey, Michael. No, man, we can talk about anything tropical here. Hey, those bananas are gonna take off, man. put anything organic into that soil. You can put you can use that fish emulsion. I find that bananas respond best. Zach could probably know even better because I don't really grow bananas that much. Yeah, it wasn't the Nismo. I used to play poker with a guy with a Nismo 370. That thing was pretty sick. I mean, it wasn't as fast as a GTR, but for like 50 grand versus like 110 grand, I mean, I feel like that car could be as nimble as a GTR if it needed to be. I don't know why traffic is so slow here. What is going on? Why are we going so slow? Northport was not like this 10 years ago. I've actually never tried that, but I could see that happening. It's not dark there yet, probably because of it coming in the summertime. And you're a little bit further west than me, so not by a couple degrees of longitude. All right, let's break away from this odd, slow traffic. We should be doing like 50-55. We're doing 40-45. What do you guys think about that Jeopardy guy, James? He actually used to be a frequent poster on my poker forum back in the day. He doesn't play poker anymore, but that guy is a beast. I don't know if you guys would know, see him. I gotcha. Okay. Okay, sounds good, Pineapple. Pineapple, you're Fire Alarm 2.0 on Instagram, right? What's that? Oh, I know. Right? That guy is such a beast. He knows, he's not only so smart, but he knows how to play the game. He knows that you got to get those daily doubles and hit them hard. For Final Jeopardy's, the double Jeopardy is where it's at. Oh no, Pineapple, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I was talking to the same person when I often get your Instagram posts at night and I'll see them, and sometimes I forget that I've seen them because I was like, when I'm going to sleep, I'll look at it, and I'm like too lazy to type. I hope you don't feel bad. So I miss one. Don't feel like I'm just not paying attention. I am interested. We're going to be going to my sister's house first. I'm not going to be taking this right-hand turn here. Come on, green light. Yeah. He's still in. He won once by 18 bucks, which is a little bit, a little hairy. That would have been brutal because I mean, like I studied how Ken Jennings won, and James obviously studied the game. It's more than just knowing everything. It's about getting in poker. We talk about like, yeah. In poker, it's not about making the best hand or really bluffing a lot. It's when you make the best hand, making sure you get the maximum amount of money for your best hand and knowing when it's good. So what he does is when he takes what he knows and then bets the most that he possibly can on it. And it's kind of like it's a gambling idea. It's like betting more when you have an edge. Like let's say you pull out, you're playing blackjack and you bet whatever. You say you put out like $25. You get dealt 2 aces. You're obviously going to split them. You have the edge. You're going to bet harder. You're always going to bet as much as you can on those. Especially when the dealer's showing like a 5 or 6. Or a 4 or 5, I should say. It's called 2plus2.com, like written out. I have a 300-page story on there. It's on the best of 2plus2. I'm not like a well-known guy on there, but people know my story as kind of like I've had a couple like really well-known poker pros actually message me and say, "Hey, Christian, I don't use my real name on there, but your stories inspired me to do so and so." It was kind of cool, like getting that from people who been professionals for a long time in the business, playing high stakes. And I don't know if do you guys know who Randall Emmett is? He's a producer, like a B movie producer. I don't know if you heard about this thing about how Randall Emmett owes 50 Cent a lot of money. Have you guys heard about that? It's all from poker. It's all from poker losses, basically. I'm going too fast here, but so is everybody else. There's always cops in this area, so I'm just going to turn. Sorry, I've been kind of just focusing on the road. Okay. Hey, Chris, if you want to take a quick little detour, right on the highway at exit 195, which is Laurel Road, there are a ton of someone spent money to have a lot of plants planted there, and there's Sable Causiarum along with Bismarckia, which I don't know if they mix them up, and there's also a bunch of mules there as well. And then exit 224 and 220 both have a lot of Veitchias, Latanias, kind of a marginal area. I can tell you where all the cool palms are on 75. That's why I never drive it, because I drive it too much as it is. I just can't. Cool. A little bit of networking going on. This is like the last. I mean, even this is kind of built up, but there's a development to the right. I've had bad mojo at that stoplight. That's where I got rear-ended by a drunk driver. And that's where that guy brake checked me hard. I don't like that stoplight. Yeah, I just don't get the planning of Washingtonia. It's a class 2 invasive in Florida. I can understand it like in Jacksonville, where there aren't a lot of other options. I don't dislike the Palm, but problem is when you have other options, it's like make $200,000 a year, but you drive a 15-year-old Kia. Like, why? I mean, that's, I don't know, that's the best analogy, but no, it's okay, Zach. There's some, you know. Oh wow, they plant mules over there. Mules are coming cheap now. They used to be very hard to get a hold of. Now I know people that sell them for 25 bucks a foot, which is not really cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than they used to be. I also know a guy who was selling field-grown tri-bears, but they were like, they're ragged. Like, they're not any good anymore. I wish I could do a vlog of my old house, but someone lives there and I have a feeling they don't want. Zone pushers. I kept on getting asked to join this, like, I don't even know if it was a plant group. I think it was, but the lady like ended up having some sort of like mental breakdown. I don't know what it was meant, but she was just getting like, she was really upset with her daughter, and like it was just, the whole thing was just like grenaded into the group. Dylan, I've seen it grow here, but it has to grow in certain circumstances. Like, you can't trim the old fronds off. It does not like that. And I'd say like one plant survives for every 10 seedlings. Chris, usually 30-foot Royals are usually priced like just as a flat fee of usually like 250 bucks, because they're actually harder to sell than like the 15-footers, because they are just come on, people. Oh, that's my sister. I was like, who's leaning on their horn on me? She recognized my license plate and my topper. What is she doing coming back from Northport? It's just so weird. Yeah, I mean, I know that. I mean, that's a wholesale price. That's not without delivery or anything. So I saw it. I'm like looking. I'm like, why is this person leaning on the horn on me? It's either that or it's her boyfriend. It's probably her. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's her. So you can actually get more money for a 15-footer than you can for a 25-footer. I think that's her boyfriend. My sister does not drive that aggressively. I don't understand that Gulf station. It's owned by a bunch of Middle Easterners that they buy all their stuff at Walmart and then resell it in the store. It used to be a pretty decent 7-Eleven, and then it just got bought out and has the highest gas prices in town, and I'm pretty sure they're just laundering money. Australian pines are invasive. Bobby, down here they will flower throughout the year. I don't know about up there, but I'm guessing they start to flower in the spring and will produce ripe seed throughout into the fall. So pretty sure that's my sister's car. Yeah, it's got the UF MBA sticker on it. I actually enjoy driving in Venice because I tend to have to deal with less crazy drivers because they're all older. Yeah, they might be going slow and not know where they're going, but they're not going to blow stop signs at 50 miles an hour. Yeah, filibuster does fine here. Just there aren't a lot of them because, I mean, there are probably some people don't know about because they just don't realize the difference, but I'm only a couple minutes away from my sister's. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I'm going to go in and talk to her, and if she's going to be more than a few minutes, then I'm going to turn the stream off. I'll be back on probably between 10:30 and 11 when I'm headed home. So we'll just see how that plays out. friend owns that pharmacy right there. So she takes the back road. That's definitely her. I don't know why she's going that way though. It's just not as fast. You know what she might have been doing? She was, because she finally found out her insurance isn't going to pay for her replumbing of her house. So now she's still taking showers at other people's houses. That's probably why she's coming from. She usually doesn't go over that way, so she usually works up this way. Yeah, send me a picture, Pineapple. Sorry guys, so I'm about a minute away here, less than a minute even. I'm gonna keep it running, see what happens. If she's in a rush, I'll keep it running for a few minutes. I'll be back out to tell you guys either way. So, I mean, I'm only a minute or two away from my mother's anyway. So, if you guys want to head out, I totally understand. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I don't want to tell you guys, oh yeah, hold on. Then 3 minutes later, I drive to my mom's, and then see, she didn't get here any faster. Silly girl. I guess it's just a lot of turning and stop signs back and forth. Let's see if there's another car here. All right, so watch this. This is what I do. And oh, never mind. I was gonna drive through the ditch, but all right. Is that her? Or that must be both of them. Yeah, it is, because they're both in the car. The bearded man. All right, let me see what's on here. I'll be right back, guys. It'll be a natural. I don't know. Every state has a different way they regulate, or they do that. Zach, hold on here. What's up, man? Where'd you guys go? I came to say hi and I'm live, so if you want to say hi. All right. Get my vape here. All right, guys. So I'm gonna come back on live around 10:30, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'm just gonna say hi and hang out with my sister for a little bit. And I will see you guys later.